All right, so at 7:02, I'll call the meeting to order. This is a meeting of the reconstituted Town of Norton Zoning Board of Appeals. I'm Chair Tom Noel. With me is Jim Tenori. And also, we have a new member that I'd like to welcome to the madness, Nick Ferguson, who has appeared before us as a neighbor and a butter, and spoke very well, and we were, I think it's fair to say, all very happy that you expressed interest in coming on board and helping, and I appreciate that. I think I speak for Jim and Lucas and everybody else. So welcome.
Thank you.
You have been sworn in?
Yes.
Okay. We have business matters to take care of tonight mostly. There's one item on the agenda, 34 Woodland Road, but Mr. Wozniak is not here yet. Since he has been sitting on that for the last few meetings, I'm gonna push that to the end of the agenda to see if we can get Lucas either remotely or in person. And if not, we'll put it off to the next meeting date. That's the only item of an application on the agenda. There's a lot of business going on. First of all, Nick, and that's great news. I should have baked a cake. Me and Peter would have liked the cake anyway. But next is, and Jim, I don't know if you saw this or if you got notice of it even, the Realty Trust.
Yes.
40B
Yep.
is appealing
Okay.
the decision that Nick spoke about.
Yep.
So technically, Nick,
He would have to recuse.
you're
wouldn't he?
recused from our discussion of the litigation until town council says, no, that's okay. You know, you were in a butter then, now you're a member. But until we get Amy Questle, our town council, to tell us what to do, I'm gonna ask that Nick be deemed recused from the litigation. Paul?
We did forward to Nick, as well as you all, the material that came from the court.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Those
so-
are the pleadings and filings, and those are all
Right.
fine. I'm just saying, to the extent we discuss any strategy, of
Right.
course, we're not gonna do that tonight because we just found out about it.
It's not on the agenda.
It's not, well, yeah, we can go and discuss items that have come up recently, as this has in the last couple of days, but it's not on the agenda. We're not, I don't have any strategy to discuss anyway. I'm just noting it for the public record that it's been appealed. I don't know if we're gonna get served at home, Jim. Remember in the past, and Nick, for your benefit going forward, when we make a decision, people have a certain amount of time to appeal that decision.
Yep.
Even if we grant the variances or the finding, abutters who are unhappy can, within that appeal period, launch an appeal. And it's basically, it's a lawsuit. We get named in the lawsuit, but it's Tom Noel and Jim Tenori and Nick Ferguson as members of the Zoning Board of Appeals. It's in our official capacity, to the extent that this is our official capacity. It doesn't affect personally or assets or anything like that. And town council represents the board. That's Amy Questle, although her firm represents the town, so it could be another person as well. But Amy takes very good care of us, and so there's nothing to worry about. If you get something at home, first couple of times,
Times we were like, what is
I'm
this?
getting sued, and you have to sign
Getting
it,
sued.
certified mail at the post office, and then you open it up and, wait, you're getting sued. It's not that, so that's just a side note, procedural note. But as far as any substance with this suit, because you were there at the meeting opposing the application,
Right.
I don't know if that means you're gonna be recused going forward, but when we talk about strategy, we'll ask town council whether that is a conflict or
Can we,
not.
in question on that, so
Yes.
by the time I think it gets to that point, I technically will no longer be in a butter, so I don't know if that makes a
Well,
difference.
that's a good
That's
point too.
Right.
So you're moving from that address,
Yeah, I,
without, you don't have to state your new address
Yeah,
on
don't-
the public record.
sure.
Yeah.
but
Not on the
yes,
public record.
I will no longer be in a butter, I would think,
Okay,
within a month, maybe a month and a half.
okay. Just let us know, but
Yeah.
we can let town council know that. I don't know if that changes anything.
Okay.
Also, you were speaking as a member of the town then, and you weren't on the board, so you weren't part of the decision. I'm not sure we're gonna call on you for, gee, did we do anything? We're not gonna discuss that
Right.
tonight anyway. I'm just letting you know as a courtesy, going forward, we might have to have you step out of the room.
Sure.
And when you do, don't leave.
Yeah, please. Pretty please.
But anyway, that's another item of business that I wanted to get out of the way. And Amy's latest this afternoon, I just thanked her for sending me a couple papers. There was a filing for the office, the housing office, actually scheduled for July 23rd. It's called Conference of Council. I think that, it doesn't involve us anyway,
Yeah.
but they call all the lawyers together, in other words, the abutters lawyer and Amy, to do a Zoom meeting. They have their own procedures. And Amy already emailed them that she has a conflict for that day. She did a one-page motion saying she had a conflict, can we please reschedule? Plus, she also said, the zoning board, just getting notice of this now, we will have to meet in executive session, to discuss this. So I asked Amy, do you wanna do it tonight? She said she was unable tonight. She said she'll be in touch. We might have to schedule a special meeting by Zoom and I don't know if you have to post it if it's just for exec session, probably so.
You do.
To
Executive
say that we're
session, you still
meeting.
have to post it.
But anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm just letting you know the latest, that we may have to do another interim meeting before our next scheduled meeting, specifically to go into executive session, which means we go out of the public view and discuss only with council and members and staff.
Right.
But
Just be aware I'm away the first week of August.
that's good. Go ahead. Not good that you're away.
No,
I
it's
hope it's
great.
good.
It's great that I'm away.
No, you need to know this, yeah, so Jim's
Right.
away. Did we
What
know
I'm-
that from last time?
No, I know that we have the 20th scheduled for August.
Yeah.
So it's August 20,
Yep.
next meeting.
Yep.
Okay, that's still good. And Nick, is that,
I believe so, yeah, August 20th, yeah,
is it a Wednesday?
It is.
Yeah, we normally meet on Wednesdays.
gotcha.
Try to meet, no more than once a month, although, as I just noted, we may have to do a Zoom, and I'll ask for your, special cooperation to schedule something. Doesn't have to be 7 at night, it can be 4 or 5, whatever you can do. But we communicate when there's a need for an interim meeting, and we pick a day that's convenient for those of us who have to be there. So we may be doing that, Jim, on the appeal thing
Sure.
in the next few weeks, but you're away,
I'm away,
yeah, what are the dates?
I would say the 31st,
So it's July 31st?
yep,
Through,
through, I'm back the 10th.
okay,
So I'm available the
Okay.
11th, that week of the 11th.
okay, we'll see if
Yep.
Amy can do something in the next, before then. Or if she's comfortable just putting it off. She already did a motion to put off that conference, so, I'm sure that's granted routinely. And we'll go from there. So August 20, thank you. This is all bleeding into the next issue. Do we have other meetings set for, we did September, didn't we?
We do have September.
And what is that? So Nick
That
has,
is the 10th, September 10th.
okay, yeah, that rings a bell. We did not do October yet. Why don't we do that while we're looking?
Let me write these down.
Middle of October, Wednesday?
All right, you said first?
September 10th?
September 10th, okay.
We can also just add you.
Yeah, you'll get an email.
Oh, perfect, all right.
Yeah.
But I usually put it on anyways, and I'll have 2, just because.
Yeah, we try to set a few meetings ahead, Nick,
Right.
because
So
if
August
one of us
20th,
knows
right?
we're going out
Yeah,
of town.
August
or-
20th.
Yeah, ZBA add, and then you said September 10th.
And looking at, what are we looking at, October now?
September 10th.
Because I don't want to think of October.
And FYI, the
Nick,
only,
Nick, I'll forward that meeting.
and as you
to
are
you, 'cause
aware, I
that'll
know
also have
Dick
a
might not
Zoom
be
link
aware,
with
but
it.
September and
Okay.
October get a little dicey with me on being deployed.
That's right, training again?
No, for hurricanes. If hurricanes hit, I may get deployed.
Okay,
So just bear in mind. But
Yeah.
it's good that he's here, because then you
Yeah.
can get Lucas, and then I won't have, you
Right.
won't have to postpone.
we can
As
get
in the
Lucas,
past.
yes. Why don't we,
So-
can we try for October 15?
Sure.
Just middle of the month?
I'm good.
All right, tentatively try for October 15? Okay. That's good.
I can do November if you want.
Sure, we can look,
We could do November and December, that way it's set through the,
sure.
End of
When
the
is
month,
Thank-
yeah.
is Thanksgiving the 20th or 27th?
I think it's the
This isn't showing me, it's showing me. a hol-
27th,
Yeah, yeah, you're right, because I have other
so the
things.
19th is good.
Yeah, why don't we say the 19th,
Yep.
if that's tentatively good for everybody? Yes,
Yep.
November 19th?
And then December. Well, you definitely don't wanna do it the week before, so the 10th or 17th,
Yeah.
either one's good for me.
I'd rather say the 10th, just
Yeah.
because we've said this before, as it gets closer to the
Holiday.
holiday, things get busy. Let's say, December 10, yes?
Yep.
Okay. Got him?
Yep.
Great. That's good. So we're all set on the meetings anyway for the year. I handed in the first, I think it was 8 sets of minutes from 2024, which we had. Brian, I signed, but there's your signatures on there too, and when we approved these is on there, and I didn't have that, so I'd ask you to go back and fill in.
Yeah, I can do
There was I don't remember which meeting it was where we went over them and,
Yeah.
gave our stamp of approval.
I can go back and look.
We are behind on minutes. We've changed methods of who and how we produce them. We have them all typed up through 2024, and in fact, were sent those. I have them on my computer. I didn't look at them yet.
I have not, I'm not gonna
Okay.
lie.
If we can say in our August meeting that we go over there were 6, I think, July, August,
Yep.
September, 6 more from 24, if we can put that in for August. It was in the materials that was emailed a week ago.
Yes.
Did Nick get that? Oh, well, Nick, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter, you
because
wouldn't be able to,
You weren't here for the meeting, so there's no sense for you reviewing the minutes. So,
I
never
would also
mind.
suggest because of the, the appeal for Zero Newcomb, that we get those minutes done. Cause I would expect that's gonna be.
Part of the record.
request. Yeah,
yeah.
There'll be a
Okay.
request for that, yeah.
Move that up.
They are drafted, I can send them next meeting.
But,
Yeah, send them out in,
yeah, and the next set, well, you sent it
Yeah.
last week, but you might wanna just stick those in
Remind
the
them.
email
Yeah.
again.
yeah, remind them.
And with specifically that we had said, let's try to settle these in August. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so that's another item of business. Next big item of business is Paul. Have you met Paul?
Yes,
Just-
just briefly.
Well, that's all you wanna know.
That's not,
That's about as much as.
We
you
love
know.
Paul.
Yeah, there's not much more.
That's not nice of me to say.
That's
Peter,
pretty
That wasn't
factual,
nice.
Peter, not nice at all, right?
I'm joking, Paul knows that. We love Paul.
I know where your office is.
Yeah.
I'm
You
kidding.
do.
I do know,
You live
actually.
near it, actually.
I know, and I actually, well, I've seen it a couple times, but I was running over that way this weekend. I was like, oh, there's Tom's office.
Did you see? Because I have a new building,
Yeah,
actually. I
you're a
mean,
few buildings down.
right.
Yeah.
From the old building, yeah. That was last August.
So,
Yeah,
So-
Paul, yeah, bylaws, right?
these are the, right, so have been in the process of
Yeah.
updating
Go ahead.
significantly, I
Just
should say.
saying, there's 2 screens if people
Yeah.
needed to.
Got
So,
it.
so, over a year and a half ago, we began a process of essentially reorganizing the zoning bylaws, cause it's a mess. It's a very convoluted.
They're
way to-
scattered.
It's scattered. That's one of my
Yeah.
marketing things. Is it's a highly scattered. If you want to go through things, you've got to go through 5 different sections for it. So we brought in Mark Bobrowski, who was one of the preeminent land use attorneys, 40 years of experience. He's written the book on zoning in
Yeah.
Massachusetts. So he's helped us put this together. Now, last fall, we brought this to town meeting, but unfortunately, we came up a little bit short on the 2/3 vote. We missed it by just a handful of votes, so, but the planning board decided, who initiated this, to give it another shot. So this is gonna go back at, our October town meeting. So,
Hopefully not with an override with it.
Hopefully not with an override, and thank God no MBTA zoning.
Yes,
Right.
like
Which
there's,
I think MBTA was probably the reason this didn't.
oh,
Oh, yeah.
100%. I thought that was crazy that
Because
you guys were
those
putting
people
both
showed
together
up.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, because MBTA failed the prior
Right.
or
Yeah.
tabled, none of us wanted this. This was, the amount of work the planning board
I
did
know.
was,
Yeah.
there was an entire month they met every week and met for hours. We had,
Mhm.
we had one meeting that went till 12:30 at night.
Yep.
11:30 the night, or the week before. But, so we're going back forward, moving forward with this, but the board did request that you all take a look at sections that really directly affect CBA. I mean, you
Okay.
can certainly weigh in on everything, but tonight, we just wanted to focus in on these specific provisions that tie in to it.
And Paul, let me stop you and ask you, did they point out these sections as contentious particularly? Or did you point them out as contentious, or
Yeah,
are you
who's
just-
saying that we should look at these?
Yeah,
It's
The
more
planning
of,
board did.
it's more of impact on the zoning board
so
itself.
this is all the zoning board changes?
Yeah, I mean, these are primarily
Okay.
your sections on variances,
Yep.
and there's a couple sections that were added that were omissions in the bylaw that, Mark Bobrowski pointed
Right.
out. But
I
no,
just
they're
didn't
not, they're
know.
not viewed as contentious.
I didn't know if people stood up, I wasn't at that.
They just want another
At the
pair of
time.
eyes, and
Yep.
so one of the things we wanna do, we've been trying to we have been increasing our outreach for the meetings, and we're still getting no attendance. I'm sorry, 2 people have attended 2 meetings. Peter was one of them.
Right.
Um,
Well, then he goes,
and we just felt it was important as part of the narrative. First of all, they need to hear if you're okay with this, and if not, I will make changes as you tell me tonight. I'll change it on the fly, and then this goes to the planning board, so they'll see these are the changes that you all want.
Okay.
So, but I wouldn't say any of this was contentious, but nothing that was brought up at town meeting. I mean, it was very general discussion at town meeting.
that's what I was asking. It wasn't about these sections per se.
No, it was, we just wanna hear from ZBA and, make sure you all are okay
Yeah.
with it and that they know you're okay. Or if you need to make changes, what are they? So, and Ed Bailey, our building commissioner, is
Oh.
looking at this and he's made some suggestions that I need to bring. We're meeting next Tuesday, so I'll make sure they're aware of your changes, if any tonight, and Ed's changes. And then go from there.
Is
and
Ed with us?
he
Doesn't look
was,
Yeah.
but then for
He may
some
have lost
reason
connection.
Zoom
Okay.
kicked and, so Ed was probably he was on his way up to Boston, so.
Is it your plan that we go through all of these tonight?
Do you have that?
If
Or
you-
by,
if we can,
by
yeah.
August, or, so you wanna try to?
Yeah,
Okay.
so, the town meeting has been set, I think October 20th.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's an August deadline for the board to transmit
Right.
the article, but it's just placeholder language, so there's not an immediate rush. I mean, obviously, I would love to see you guys say tonight, you're fine with it, but, at the end of the day, if you go, we need to take some more time to look at it, we do have some time. I mean, I would say your August meeting
Excuse me.
would be fine to do
Okay.
that.
That's fine. And again, for the record, there was a series of meetings, and they were public, though nobody attended, when Attorney Bobrowski walked through the bylaws. The bylaws are long, only some are zoning bylaws. I attended, these were all remote, I think.
Yeah, they were.
I
I attended
attended
a
a
few.
few of them.
I did too.
But there were a lot of meetings, and I didn't have a lot of input. But everything that I saw and have seen since, and what Paul just sent in red line form, is consistent with what I remember
Yeah.
being discussed. So it's been a multi-board effort and issue, more the planning board and
Right.
Paul as the professional planner for the town, or no,
Semi.
Semi-pro.
And most of as I went through this again, very little changed in these sections.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to make wholesale changes here.
I agree.
A lot of it was reorganization.
The
if
great
I remember
majority
correctly.
was.
Yeah, it was like, all right, hey, this section's here,
Yep.
but it really should belong here.
Right. It was better organized.
Yeah.
And that's a point I'm gonna make is the whole thing is just organized in a scattershot fashion. But there were some things, and I'll point out those
Yep.
changes, there were a couple, but.
Sure.
But there were some substantive changes, not a whole lot, but things like the state passed a law saying that all towns need to ensure that accessory dwelling units are allowed by right.
Right.
There is a change coming up. I don't recall if it was in there when you saw it about unmerged or merged lots, but it's a state requirement. We'll get there.
Yeah.
But that's the state.
That's recently been asked of me by someone
Yeah.
Merged
about that new state rule.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
So we lifted the language verbatim from state law.
Right, right. That's the
But-
smart thing to do.
And again, we can go through this, I was just taking the sections where
Yeah.
it was either specifically geared towards ZBA or you had decision-making authority. I think one of the things that's an important change right off the bat is, Bobrovsky with 40 years of experience realized in certain circumstances where you should have been issuing a special permit, your form of decision really wasn't it wasn't illegal, but
Yeah.
modern
The language.
case law, it's a special permit.
Yep.
And
It
I
doesn't
noticed-
change your role.
I noticed that because we hadn't been doing special permits. We've been doing variances
Yeah.
and findings of non-conformance changes.
Yeah.
So I noticed that we're suddenly doing special permits and need to ask how that's different.
I think a couple times we asked, shouldn't this be a special permit?
But before the planning board is when we
Correct.
would
Right.
ask that, right?
So,
Correct.
so historically, the planning board here issues the special permits.
Yeah,
And it's different. Like I was having lunch with another planner, a planner in another town, and the ZBA issues special permits along with variances. And then the planning board, which apparently doesn't meet that much, does site plan and subdivisions.
huh,
Yeah. So the state doesn't have hard rules except in certain circumstances where ZBAs issue the 40B comprehensive permits and so forth. So,
the state has to approve a town's bylaws.
Mhm.
It goes to the attorney general,
Yep.
and then they have to say, yep, this passes.
Right.
Or nope, that violates, and,
or they'll tell us,
Yeah.
because we're also having it, Lucas, what did he just responded, sorry for the late reply, still in the office. Okay. So, but again, the great majority of of the changes here were movements of sections and really not a whole lot. It was also there to, eliminate conflicts between different sections and all of that. And this bylaw's 50 years old. It's kind of like Frankenstein's monster, where it's just been stitched together.
Right.
Every few years we have a change. We have to do this, and we just add it, and this was the opportunity to do a restart of it and just restructure it. So.
so this isn't gonna be very meaningful for Nick, I assume. You don't have experience with the town's bylaws, or do you?
No, not
I
yet.
don't know what you do professionally. but-
Yeah, no.
Okay, so all these changes are gonna be, you're
Yeah.
not gonna
But we're-
understand the old or the new
We're,
language.
we're here as a resource for you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, some of this, it's, I guess if you want, I could just start right in on this first
Sure.
one.
Yeah.
yes,
So I'm just taking this in numerical order, it's just, but the first one is split lots. So this is a case where a lot is split by two zoning districts.
Yeah.
And so what this is saying is, we have a provision that already said, if you had an option of, if you have two zoning districts, of going with the more permissive category. Mark pointed out we really need to have a geography here on it. So he just said only that it goes no more than 30 feet. If you have a split zone, you can go 30 feet into the less permissive category. In other words, have more permissive uses, but only 30 feet from that line. And that's a special permit. That would be a special permit that you all would approve. This does happen. We do get projects.
Yeah, there
that
was-
you guys have had them too.
Yeah, we've had a few.
and the rule has always been the less
Less
restrictive
restrictive
zone
zone.
is okay to adopt for the
Yeah.
entire parcel, but this is saying
Saying 30
only to
feet.
the extent
You could
30
go
feet
30
in.
feet into the less permissive,
If it's over 30 feet, it would be more,
it'd be more, you can't go past 30 feet.
you're right,
So
But
this is
between
more
that line-
restrictive
up to.
than we had.
No, well, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, no, because
Okay.
it gives us, before we'd say, no matter how many feet it goes in, it gets it.
It gets the less
Yeah.
restrictive.
Yeah, it could go 60 feet in there,
Yeah,
but now it's saying, no, it's only 30 feet.
so when we've
So if
had
it's
some-
60 feet, it would be the more restrictive.
When we've had, on planning board, what we've done is said that you can't cross the line. If it's zoned commercial,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can go up to that, but this is clarifying it. I mean, I think a lot of the changes, the text changes that we're making really tightens things up and it reduces the gray areas.
Okay.
But, so this is one, I mean, this is one that just says you all would approve it if there's you would approve the use through a special permit. And again, it's, you'll see the special.
Now, special permits now will come through us now.
This, certain
Oh,
ones.
Certain ones.
ones.
Like
This one.
This
This
particular.
one would.
So
Right.
Yeah.
by right, if it doesn't go more than 30 feet, the applicant knows they
It's
get the least restrictive
Right.
zone.
Yep.
But if
okay.
it's more than 30 feet, it comes to us.
And we
can
decide
say-
whether, we have the option to decide,
I think, correct?
or does
Well, no,
it?
Or is the granting for the 30 feet?
it's the granting for the 30 feet, but only to the extent not more than 30 feet in depth beyond such zoning district boundary. A special permit from the ZBA shall be required. It's
Right.
not saying you can go beyond 30.
No, say, so,
So this is even for within 30?
30
they need a
feet.
special
Within
so
permit?
they
30
still have
feet.
to come,
So it's from the zoning line to 30 feet
okay.
that they would have to go to you if they wanted to build, say, commercial on a R60 zone property, residential 60. So, but you guys, so you
Then
have,
I would suggest
Yeah,
wordsmithing it to say zoning district boundary, as long as the Norton Zoning Board of Appeals issues a special permit therefore. That's what you're saying?
yes, so you want me to add,
It's just combine the two sentences, like after zoning district boundary, comma,
as long as,
which, or which requires a special permit from the zoning board.
as long as a special permit from the zoning board of appeals is granted,
Yeah,
yeah,
would that work?
yeah. Cause we can still say no.
yeah.
Yeah, this
Probably.
isn't saying,
It almost sounds like it's, the way it is now, you're right, it almost
I
sounds
thought
like
it
it's
was-
given,
Yeah,
well, no, it was just saying you had to apply for it.
yeah.
well,
You would have to apply for it, but this is another way of just saying, you can't do it unless a special permit from you
Is
all
approved.
is granted, which of
Yeah.
course would mean you have to apply for it.
Yeah,
well, the first sentence is, it says you can do it up to 30 feet, I agree. So I think that was confusing. So I think we
Yeah.
have to combine.
What if you just got rid of the period in A and did comma, but a special permit from
Yep.
the zoning board of appeals shall be required?
That makes sense too.
yeah. Did you understand that?
Wait,
So if you kept what you had and just get rid of the
Oh, I-
period in
I
the
can't
A,
see the
you just do
screen.
comma and do but.
wait, what about as long as, get rid of the as long as?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let
That's-
me-
I'm gonna switch chairs so I can see the screen better.
That's nice, Paul.
Yeah,
Okay,
Take rid
So-
of, yeah, get rid of as, or a.
get
So
rid
do
of
comma,
comma,
yeah, now get rid of whatever else is in red.
yeah, well, I've gotta keep one of them, so
Yeah.
get rid of this. But a special permit from the ZBA
it's required.
must be granted, but a special
Or
permit
shall be required. I would leave the shall be.
shall be required,
yeah.
okay.
Shall be required from the zoning board of appeals.
Oops, reject. but a special permit from the ZBA is required.
Or maybe however. I don't know if I like but, I mean, it's a
Oh,
play
I
on
like
words.
however.
I like
too.
however.
Yeah,
However,
I don't like the word but.
and Tom, you're an attorney, so,
That's fine.
Yeah, that's on you.
however sounds better, I think.
Yeah, sounds a little better.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yep, okay.
okay, I will make that change. Oh, why are you doing this again? I had this bookmarked. Let's try that. There we go. So that's covered there. So here now, so this is now small lots, contiguous lots, non-conforming lots.
Yeah.
So this is your section. You've dealt with this, in fact, recently
Yeah.
about merged lots,
Yep.
right? So I don't think anything changed here, but
No,
now the state has introduced this, which
Oh.
is this unmerging requirement. So I'll just read through some notes I have here. So, typically that provision above about the 5,000 square feet and
yeah,
50 feet. So just your, background here. We have minimum lot size requirements for every zoning district, but the state, in order to incentivize some development, said, if you're a small lot, specifically 5,000 square feet and 50 feet of frontage,
yep,
if it was a legally created lot and in 1974 or whatever, it was under the same ownership, you could treat those lots as individual lots, right? A 5,000 square foot lot
for 5 years.
for 5 years. What this is now saying, it's kind of an addition. So, but you could merge, and you could merge those lots, but in this case, what the state has said, now with this change that just went into effect back in February, it prevents this merger of two or more residential lots under common ownership if certain conditions are met. And there are 3 conditions that have to be met. Because so in other words, if you have all 3 of these and you have a lot that is 10,000 square feet and 75 feet of frontage,
Yeah,
the lots were conforming when it was created, and it was in a zoning district that allows single family, you can develop that lot if it's at least 10,000 square feet and under the zoning threshold. But then if that happens, there
Yeah,
are
let's
some
see.
limits.
let's see the state language.
This is it.
Yeah, I'm reading it. That's it.
So, but if you qualify, then you can build a house on this 10,000 square foot lot, but it can't exceed 1,850 square feet.
Oh,
It has to some of these standards are wonky to me, but it's what's in there. It shall contain not less than 3 bedrooms, so I guess the state is trying to promote family-friendly
Family
housing.
friendly housing.
And can't be used as a seasonal home or short-term rental. So you can build a year-round residence of no more than
so
1,850.
doesn't that get rid of the first
Yeah.
3 sections?
It
Well, no, I guess it's an exception.
It's an exception. It's a little different still, because that one goes down to 5,000 square feet.
Yeah, I see, right.
Why the state just doesn't say, if you had a legally created lot that was 5,000 square feet
Yeah,
or more back in the day, you can build it. Why they tie it to under the same ownership, it just
no,
doesn't
okay.
make sense to me. But we're literally lifting this right from the regulations.
Yeah, sure.
So,
that
but
has
this
to be
is,
inserted here, okay.
right, and I know Ed has had a conversation with a potential developer on this, but as we failed to adopt this at fall town meeting, or Springtown meeting, we couldn't use it,
Yeah,
so.
but aren't we subject to the state law anyway?
We can be more restrictive than a
Right.
state law.
But we didn't have setback requirements, that was the problem.
Yeah.
We didn't have all the setbacks, so this will have it, but.
Yeah, how does this, right,
So anyway, this is,
it talks about that, essentially, yeah.
Okay, so this is an exception, so we have to add that in.
Yeah,
yeah, so it's there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because
It's
I
there.
didn't know why because I don't have that section in the version you had sent
No?
Yeah, it's in, I'm looking at it. It's all the way down under
Where do they get
four
this?
point 4.1 under vacant lots, or small non-conforming lots.
It's section,
4.4.
4.4.
Well, maybe it's on a page I didn't print out. I don't know, I have my computer, I can look.
Oh.
That was in there?
Yeah,
I
okay.
didn't notice.
So
Oh,
we'll go
she's
to,
Paul.
oh, that's okay.
It's ice water, that's all, but.
Yeah,
Tom.
so go to the
Yeah,
next section.
Thank you.
We'll go
What's
to
the next one?
Non-conforming uses and structures. So this is
What
your.
section though?
I'm sorry, it's section 5.0. It's gonna be
Yeah,
page
Third, 23.
23. So this is your current 1.5 and 1.6.
Yeah,
So this is where you're now changing from making a 1.6 determination to a special permit. So if you read here, it's a special permit. So again, substantively, well, it's a substantive change, but it doesn't really affect your determination. But these are, so non-conforming uses and structures are, so you have uses, right? Like it's a residential 60, it allows single family, a couple other things. But a non-conforming use would be let's say multifamily and residential 60, because residential 60 doesn't allow multifamily. But there are plenty of areas around town where uses were built a long time ago and our zoning doesn't match up with it. And the same is true with structures. So you might have structures that were built and don't meet our setback requirements. So you'll be dealing with that a lot, right? I mean, you guys, Jim, Tom, you've been dealing with this for a long time. So this is trying to allow these uses, if they do no additional detrimental harm, to be able to expand, change, because by the law, if they don't get an approval from ZBA, they can't do those things. So I'm just gonna kind of skip down. I don't think that there were huge substantive issues here, but under non-conforming uses, it does say permissible changes to non-conforming uses may be considered by you all if there's a change or substantial extension of the use. So I guess, like, for an example, if there was multifamily.
So we had one come up that it was, didn't we recently had on like the Attleboro side of town, it was a business and they wanted to do something else. They wanted to change uses. Oh, what the hell was it? I think.
I believe that was the former Fishman's property.
Maybe.
On 123. Or maybe it could be the old O'Brien's lot.
Possibly, but anyway, so that would fall under here now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so this is moving from, it's just moving, a section 1.6 to here.
but it's rewriting.
It's rewriting some, and again, if you need to, take a look at, compare what's in 1.6 to this. You could change from one non-conforming use to another as long as you're not substantially more detrimental.
That's still the standard, yeah.
Yeah, which, that's gonna sometimes be a judgment call.
Yeah,
but-
it's gonna be a call by
But you
us.
need a special permit for that, so you would just change it from determination to a special permit. And the same is essentially true of non-conforming structures.
Yeah,
So this would allow, again, a change, an alteration, an extension of an existing structure that's non-conforming.
yeah, and we always struggled with that
Yes.
because it said, the question between a use and a structure, and now it's separate.
Right,
Yeah,
Got
so
it.
Mark separated them.
I like that.
Yeah,
It makes it easier.
good, we like to hear that.
Yeah,
No, because the use and structures are two different things.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
You can change the
They
use to
still
keep the
need-
structure.
They're still special permits though, but now they're just separated.
Yeah, he pulled them.
He just pulled them
So
apart.
another big thing that he did with this, and I think this is huge. Our bylaw, which mirrored the state law, smashed variances and special permits together, and they're
Yeah.
completely different things. And now you'll see later on, he has pulled them apart. Essentially kept a lot of the same content.
Right,
but-
just pull them apart.
But even
made
if
it
you read
simpler.
state law, it's like special permits and variances, like why are they together?
Right.
Special permits
Yeah,
aren't variances, so, but now we get into variances here. So he's pulled this out too, so variances required for certain non-conforming structures. And again, you can see that, yeah, that, you would be issuing a variance, for any proposed, change in non-conforming structures.
A lot of this would be the Grove down, that we deal with down in.
Yeah,
The reservoir, I mean,
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
this is a lot of the reservoir.
I mean, I can't imagine there are many properties in the Grove that are conforming.
I don't think there are any.
no,
I can't imagine there are. I mean, that this is a big problem with our zoning bylaw. You have a lot of places in town like the Grove where, wonderful places. I mean, they've been, they're beautiful places. They've been there for 60, 70, 80 years. But our zoning bylaw was not written to make them conforming. So our zoning bylaw would not allow the Grove to be rebuilt today.
right.
If it were new. I mean, if someone said, I want to replicate the Grove somewhere else, we couldn't allow it. Not without waivers, variances, and a whole lot of things, which is, I think, a real problem.
Hence why you see my name on the. Hence why you see my name on fences down there.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, that's that
But
should
that's why it comes up, because
Yeah.
they're all non-conforming.
Yeah.
right. And again, at some point, it would be nice to have a zoning that better
Yeah.
represented what's built.
Right.
So why don't we tackle that at some point?
How do we?
Resources, we
Can't you make it an overlay area?
You could, but you could just say, let's say, call it the Grove zoning district and get standards that closely mirror what's there. I mean, what would be the harm of that? It could allow people to expand more without having to go through the
Everyone to
ZBA
come
for it.
here, yeah.
One substantive change here is under 5.5, which is the non-conforming single and two-family residential.
Yeah.
As you'll know that
Yeah.
we had a provision for years that said you're okay if you're under 25% expansion. Mark pointed out, and we know this, if you're on a small house on a small lot, 25% is not much. And he just recommended going to 100%. Because, we're not, in this situation, we're not talking about big homes.
Right.
We're talking about homes oftentimes that are under 1,000 square feet, and if we let them go up to 100%, that gives homeowners more rights to be able to expand a property.
Yeah, but that's half the reason why you're getting the Grove so mad at us, because they're building bigger homes. So if
Understood, but
You
again,
know,
those
I'm
are
saying
small
100%
homes.
is double the house size.
Yes.
Seems-
Again, you don't have, you could tell me to change it, but that is a substantive change. But the intent was to try to allow people to more readily expand their homes.
Could you put a cap on it?
Well, that's what the 100% is.
I mean, the cap essentially, like, if a house is a certain square footage, you can do 100%. Anything that, if your house was, say, 1,100 square feet, you couldn't do 1,100.
Well, there's already a percentage of lot area coverage.
Did any of that get changed? I mean, I know you.
We didn't touch
You
lot
didn't touch that.
coverage, no.
So the
We-
lot coverage
we
would
didn't
still.
touch the
That'll
dimensions.
impact, this will impact that, because they'll still have to come to us for variance relief if lot coverage or,
Unless they put an entire second floor on their house.
right?
Yeah.
And they
Right.
wouldn't have to come to us if they just used the exact
They
footprint and went
build
up
up.
2 levels.
They build up.
It just seemed 100% seems a lot to me. I
Well,
don't know
I
if it.
think the intent was because these are typically smaller houses, and
Yeah.
and again, a lot of them are on small lots, so you would be triggering something else. And you all are much more the experts on variances, but that might be tough to give regulatory relief to. So,
What might be tough?
on like lot coverage,
you saying?
I mean, if they were seeking a variance for that,
We have to, that's what I'm saying, that doing it to 100%, it seems like it's gonna encourage a lot of variance applications. It's gonna require a lot of variance or might, unless they. fill
Unless
up.
unless they build a two-story home on the
Right.
existing footprint,
Right, that's, right,
and, I mean,
because then it's gonna
or,
impact.
or build a garage apartment.
no, because they'd have to come in. Well, no,
No, ADUs now are by right. I mean, they've always been, I hear, well,
yeah, so,
Up to a
not
certain
detached,
size.
but.
Up to a certain
yeah,
size.
No, that's all in there too. That's a new requirement by the state too.
I'm just wondering if 100%'s large.
Hey, you guys can adjust the number if you'd like.
I'm just, I mean, we could talk amongst, I'm just, 100% seems a lot
All right, I could flag that.
to me.
It does,
It seems a lot. And I'm just looking out for the people that,
yeah, the comments have been,
yeah, where the second, like, that was the big Patton Road. They were upset that we were allowing such a big structure on a property. Again, they could have done it, I mean, we're not gonna hash out Patton Road, but
Yeah, you don't wanna do
yeah,
that.
you don't wanna do that, but there's a ways they could have done it without coming to us, right? I'm just thinking of if you had most of the Grove is non-conforming, right? And if you start allowing residents to
double their size.
double their size without coming to us, not that we wanna regulate them at all, like,
Right.
but you wanna have not some control, but I'm thinking, if everyone starts putting a second floor
Yeah,
down there, it's gonna be a nightmare. Like if you double your size down like the
Yeah.
reservoir.
yeah,
Yeah.
there could be
Yeah.
that trade-off, you
Yeah.
know. How much will people do that? You know, none of us know that, but
I'm just saying, if we're, I mean, you have to assume everybody would, right? If you're going on this and you're allowing everyone, you have to assume everyone would do it. So, what would that look like? Yeah, it's just let's flag it. We can
Yeah.
talk about it.
yeah, if you guys, you know,
The first part still applies. Building commissioner has to determine that the proposed construction does not increase non-conforming nature and that such reconstruction extension does not increase the floor area by more than. So there's still a check there,
yeah,
the non-conforming nature, that the building inspector is supposed to look at. It's just, yeah, this is the number, the limit.
yeah.
He has to send it to us if it's more than 100%, but it's never more than 100%, so.
Right, well, he sends it to you if it's over 25.
25.
Yeah.
25, he can make an administrative.
I don't think we've ever had any over 50 for the most
No,
part.
I agree, I think that's right.
I wouldn't
Do you-
mind
do
seeing
you
that
want us-
number at 50%,
Do you
but
guys
that's
want us, I mean, I can
Yeah, I-
modify this to 50,
I
and
think
then you guys
that's-
can tell me at,
Yeah.
some later point to
Yeah.
modify that.
you can
Yeah.
think about it. I just think 100% seems a lot.
Okay.
I do too, Jim, and, yeah,
If you have any input, what do you
No,
think?
I agree.
I don't think we've ever had requests more than,
Yeah, they've never been over
30%,
50.
40%.
Yeah, maybe 30, 40. I'm just think 100%.
I'll
's a
flag that
lot.
too, hasn't seen a request over 50%.
In memory, I'm just going off memory.
yeah, me too.
Tom
Yeah.
Tom goes back,
My memory doesn't go back this far. Okay,
I'll just say they don't remember having
Anything over
Yeah.
50%.
anything
Okay.
over 50%.
100% seems a lot.
yep,
Well, that's why we're doing this. This is
Yeah.
exactly the reason. So
Okay.
we were, you know, other than you all, we don't really know who else is affected. Not that we don't know. Planning board and ZBA are the two that are
Yeah.
directly implementing
Yeah.
this. So we just want to make sure we get it.
yep,
The permissible changes and sufficient area of frontage, I don't think any of that changed.
right, that's what I was
Yeah, it doesn't look
looking at, that was the intent, not to change things.
Right,
right.
right. So,
Abandonment is still,
right, and then abandonment, so if it's after 2 years,
yeah.
so if a non-conforming use or structure, you know, let's say you had a business operating in residential zoning, and it's non-conforming, but if the business sells to another business, they can keep going. But if the business shuts down for 2 years and the site is vacant for 2 years, they lose
Right.
their rights.
Yeah.
It reverts back to their, it reverts to the underlying zoning district,
Yeah.
so that's what this is doing,
Yep.
it just allows them to do it. And then reconstruction after a catastrophe, and then your procedures. This also did a good job of adding procedures. The things you do are now codified.
Yeah,
But again, this will be a special permit.
see, 5.8, doesn't 5.8 conflict with 5.6?
5.
5.8, reversion to nonconformity. No nonconforming use shall, if changed to a conforming use, revert to a nonconforming use.
Yeah, if you convert a non-conforming to a conforming, you can't go back to non-conforming.
I agree with that generally, but doesn't that bump up against 5.6? Abandonment or non-use, nonconforming use. It's almost like 5.6 should be limited to structure. Nonconforming use or structure which has been abandoned or not used for a period of 2 years shall lose its protected status and be subject to all provisions. However, by special permit, the ZBA can reestablish a nonconforming use or structure otherwise abandoned.
But that's just,
So that's an exception to 5.8.
They would have to have a
well,
special
well,
permit.
5.8 is saying if you make it a conforming use, you can't go back to non-conforming. 5.6 is saying, as I read it, it's like you can, by special permit, reestablish a non-conforming use or structure that lost its
Yeah.
protective status. But 5.6 isn't saying you've changed it to back to conforming.
Well, if you lose your status, you
That's
would
the
be.
same thing.
Yeah, I see what he's saying. If you lose
Oh.
your status, you become conforming.
Yeah,
No, the use or structure doesn't change. You can't continue it.
A non-conforming use or structure which has abandoned
Yeah.
for over 2 years shall lose its protective status,
yeah,
which means
it's now gotta be conforming.
it's now going to be conforming. Correct? That's how I
Any
saw
new
it.
use would have to be conforming, or new use or new structure would have to be conforming.
Yeah, so you can't,
Right.
that business example you just gave.
So you get a business right here. 2 years later,
Yeah.
it they sell, they go away. I come in, I buy this structure, right? It's 3 years later,
And it's a residence.
and it's
Yeah.
now I can't. It has to be a residence. It can't be a business.
Right. No, right. But provided, okay, so,
5.6 says we can okay it back to a business. But 5.8 says
We can't.
no use shall,
yeah, but I think the difference with 5.6, it's saying you're going from a vacant or an abandoned status. You'll agree to bring it back to allow the continuation of the non-conforming use, whereas 5.8 is saying it was non-conforming, there was a change made
You
that made it
100% moved it
conforming.
over.
Yeah, so I think there is a nuanced difference here.
I can see that argument, but it's a little confusing. I don't know how to.
yeah, I wanna look at 5.6 and 5.8 together.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to look at that because they seem to be opposed to each other. And this is something we've thought about before, when people come in and they say non-conforming structure is still there, but the use, I mean, we've asked this before. I don't remember the exact cases, but how can we say,
What if you took out structure in 5.6?
yeah, or took out use, you mean?
Yeah. Use. Sorry.
That's what I.
In
that's what I wondered.
5.6,
Yeah, but you'd have to change the whole. You can't have 5.6 say abandonment non-use and then take use out.
Right.
yeah, it would just be
But that's,
abandonment
that's
of,
what, I wanna think about this, because we've had before come up a house is, been abandoned for a couple of years, it's a non-conforming use.
That just happened down the grove, the reservoir.
Did we
I
have
think
that?
there was a abandoned house and it came, they won, I think they used the exact, I don't have my paperwork with me, but
Yeah,
they used the exact footprint though, and they built it again. I forget why,
but the question under the.
because it was non-conforming.
Yeah, but that's the question. If it's a non-conforming structure, let's say it's to whatever, it's a non-conforming structure, and it's abandoned for a couple of years, does that mean it can't be a residence anymore? That's what the law,
And what was the zoning?
I don't know, residential something.
It was down the reservoir, I'm just thinking down the
Ah,
reservoir, like,
okay. Well, the use was compliant, the structure wasn't. Right, if I'm understanding you correctly?
yes.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, the use would be conforming, the structure wouldn't be.
Yeah,
If it's been abandoned for 2 years,
what does that do? What does that mean?
So if you had a house, let's say a house in the Grove,
yeah,
abandoned for 2 years,
Yeah,
the use wasn't non-conforming because it was residential, single family, but the
structure was,
well,
yeah, they've gotta do something within 2 years.
the structure would be, wouldn't it?
yeah,
The structure would be non-conforming.
Correct.
Because the lot sizes are
correct.
not there.
Right,
Huh.
Yeah, that one's a little,
But this is saying that you could, this is giving you flexibility, or the
Mhm.
applicant, because this is saying they can file a special permit to
5/6 is, yeah.
5/6 is saying,
correct. And I like 5/6, I have no
Yeah.
problem with 5/6. But then you go to 5/8.
okay.
Yeah, I don't know where that, I just wanna see where that came from. Was it in the bylaw now?
I think this was no, I don't think so. I would, again, I see a nuanced difference between this, because this is saying, the 5/6 is not saying you've gone to a conforming use, because it's vacant, so the use is vacant. This is, you've gone from non-conforming, you made whatever change you had to, non-conformity.
Yeah, maybe the,
Non-
maybe the rest.
No
yeah.
non-conform, this is, wait, okay, so remember, it says no conforming, non-conforming use, not a structure. 5/8's not a structure, it's just the use.
Use,
So
that's the difference.
if changed to a conforming use,
So a barber
shall
shop,
not revert.
Right,
barber shop sells, you buy it, and you just live there. You don't have a barber shop for 2 years.
you can't go back to using the
You
barber
can't go
shop.
back.
Right.
Right,
Yeah,
that's not what
Okay.
5/6 is saying.
right.
Oh.
Yeah, those are confusing.
5/6 would be saying, you have a barber shop in the Grove, it's abandoned for 2 years, Jim wants to, when you retire, you want the easy life and cut hair, you could appeal, you could file a special permit and ask to be reinstituted.
Yeah, but that conflicts with 5/8.
Yeah, because then you can't do it.
No,
Yeah, because the use shall, can't change.
Yeah.
it didn't change. It did, no.
It
Remember
was
the
only
difference?
paused.
No, the
Oh, it
difference
was only
was.
paused? Yeah, it just wasn't
Paused.
anything.
Because what was different was, one example it went from a barber shop to Jim moving in to then going back to the barber shop. The other example on 5.8 is, no, 5.6 is it was a barber shop, stayed empty for 2 years, then Jim wants to do his barber shop. Then you would apply for a special permit to reinstitute or
Yeah.
So
But-
that,
But if Jim moves in and changes it to a conforming use or residence,
then you
5/8
can't, then you
says-
can't change it again.
Then we can't go back.
Then you can't go back.
Yeah. So I guess it just has to be abandoned or not used. It would have to be an abandoned. I guess that's the,
by abandonment then.
yeah, by abandonment, because there's no other way to do that without having something not used.
I'm gonna look at it. but-
You understand, right?
Okay. 5.8,
No, 5/6. but
5.6. Okay.
It says abandoned, otherwise abandoned or not
Yeah.
used.
Okay.
Yeah, we may have to change 5/6 a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
where it's
So
done
we
by
flagged
band.
that.
Make it easier to understand.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna look at it, but, okay. Proposal within historic district, is that new?
That is new. That came up recently with a case with the planning board, and one of the things the board said was,
Yeah.
you will, so if any application you get that's within the historical district, they should at least apply for a certificate of appropriateness with the historic district before they even apply for you all. Doesn't mean they have to get it approved by the district, but at least it's running at the same
They don't do that now? How do I feel like
Yeah, right.
I feel like the old library had talked to the historic district before they came to us.
It's not required to go in that order of them first and then us,
Okay,
and so we're just putting it in there now.
Yeah,
okay,
If
Yeah.
this is kosher with the
Yeah.
state,
yeah.
it's fine.
I mean, I don't mind that.
yeah, well, they're looking at it, and they're gonna get comments back to me.
Okay.
And that is it for that section.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Driveways?
Driveways, okay.
I couldn't follow this
Where are you?
page.
It's
well,
33,
Point
page
one,
33.
point 10.
Page 33.
Yeah, or 34, sorry, 30.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
mine's
title's on
34.
33.
But this is, this deals with driveways.
Yeah.
And I was hoping Alan would be here because this is saying if you, this is talking about driveway lengths. You guys might remember this, I don't know, 6-7 years ago with Blue Star Business Park came in and
Yep.
it was a common driveway.
Yep.
But this is saying no more than 2 driveways shall be allowed on any street frontage. Let me make sure I'm clear too where this is under.
Yeah, but that's
I just want to make sure I get the context for this right. This is under commercial development, okay?
not residential.
Right.
This is commercial, right?
Because
So,
I wondered about U-shaped driveways and homes. There are a lot of those, right?
no, yeah, but this is not that.
So this is commercial.
But this is saying, and I don't think this is a change in the bylaw.
For some reason, I think I've seen this before.
Because we had that case with Blue Star like in 2018 or 19.
Well, they
But-
came. I think it will. Oh no. Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm just gonna throw out there, maybe we should change that to the planning board. And then we did make one change that said, this is, hasn't, well, that you may authorize the smaller distance between the driveways, but we deleted this, not to be less than 100 feet to any driveway of any adjoining lot.
Yeah, I didn't,
But what bothers me about this is if this is going through commercial development and a special permit, wouldn't this be the right opportunity to go to the planning board who's already reviewing it?
Yes,
yeah,
100%.
Okay,
We shouldn't even be looking at this.
okay.
if that's the section that it comes out of, Jim, yeah.
Right. If that is a commercial, because I
It
took it
is.
as residential.
I was looking at that too, Jim, I was assuming that too, but the rest of this does say industrial, commercial.
Yeah. I think this was a
Yeah,
carryover.
and the planning board is mentioned in
Yeah. Exactly.
paragraph 4, so. Yeah, we're being mixed up with the planning board in this one.
Okay. So, we will move on.
Okay.
I do not like common driveways, by the way.
Okay.
I don't like them. I think it's a terrible idea.
All right. Now we're this is another one I wanted to throw out at you. Adult entertainment establishments.
Yeah.
So we've allowed for them. We don't have any, but it was only ever allowed as a use, but we had no standards. So Mark gave us standards for it. There was one standard. There was one standard, and it said you can't cite, an adult entertainment establishment within 1,000 feet of a school and of a different zoning district
And
Oh, yeah.
cemeteries, I think.
and cemeteries.
cares about the cemetery?
Because those,
Well, we scratched that. The
Yeah.
cemeteries we taken out.
I'd rather
but-
have a residential house
But
than
we-
a cemetery.
But what we did say there though was, Mark did say, because when we looked at it, 1,000 feet would only allow one property, and he said you
That's right.
could have an issue with that. So we just fell on, let's just say 500 feet from another zoning district, and that only added like 5 properties.
Spots.
And they're all built on anyway. I mean, the spots were in the Norton Commerce
I
Center.
bring dinner every meeting, and you're welcome to dinner.
So, but I guess my question here to you is, it was listed as you all are the the special permit granting authority. Is that something you would like? I mean, we don't have any, I don't know, but we would,
I'm
but,
gonna say that I want no part of approving that. Just selfishly.
let me make sure yeah, here we go.
Yeah, was it, oh, the zoning board, yeah, I see, it was changed from planning board, huh?
No, we didn't change it. It was like that. I flagged
Oh,
it. When I
you
reread
flagged
it, I'm like, I
Oh,
wanna bring this up to you guys to see if you want this.
Nope,
Cause I'm
Nope.
hearing no.
it's commercial,
it's commercial.
so why wouldn't it go planning board?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's not that I wanna stay away from it, but,
oh, I do.
yeah,
Yes. You want no part of that.
Yeah, have it similar to our marijuana.
Yeah, it was similar to the marijuana. That's my personal opinion, but
Yeah.
you guys can overrule me if
Well,
so
no, that's
decide.
why I brought it up, because this seems to be just, the way we do it here. It's like anything commercial
yeah.
goes through the planning board.
Yeah.
Plus, they're the elected body, they're the elected members, we're,
Correct.
we're not, so
And I don't get my name on a
I
fence.
haven't seen that, but
Oh, it's down
Maybe
there.
there'll be a drink named after you.
It's down
Okay.
there. So
Well,
isn't
why-
Lucas's.
why you? Yeah, that's what I was,
It's both of us. You're not on there.
well, that's fine with me, but I want
Oh yeah,
Number one.
I got a couple of pictures last week.
Okay, so we will move on from this then. And,
yeah, I think it's consistent to have
Yeah, I
that
like
part of planning, but
yeah, okay.
I'm not punting it away, I think it's just more appropriate.
Yeah, I agree.
That came down that road.
Oh, comment ZBA, wait,
Now,
oh,
if
here we
there's a
go.
provision saying adult entertainment shall be allowed in residential, no, never mind. It's bad-
Let's not go there.
Bad joke.
All right, so-
Residences.
Residence-
So this section now, 10.3, are the roles and responsibilities of ZBA. And
Yeah.
this was spelled out a little bit in section 1 of the overall bylaws. But I really like this. This, again, goes to that whole idea of now this bylaw, our bylaw really separates out what planning board does versus what ZBA does. So some of this came from the section 1 of the bylaw, like you're in staggered 3-year terms and annually elected chairperson.
Ah,
Tom.
Tom, we should just say Tom.
Gee, if you could put Tom in parentheses, that would be
no,
fantastic.
don't, yeah, don't do that. Then the Attorney General will rule me out.
So here are the powers. So it's specifically now calling out special permits, variances,
Well,
appeals.
where are you talking?
10.3.2.
Oh, I was on
What page is that?
2.3.
10.3. Okay, I'll go back
No,
up.
you don't have to.
What page is that?
That wasn't,
132.
132.
Almost there.
Okay.
You have the ability to also adopt rules and regulations.
Right. Council had talked to me about that a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
For, when did it come up?
So like our subdivision regulations are regulations. They're not in the zoning bylaw. So, you have that ability. I don't know what you would use it for here, but I guess you could have a 40B you could have a 40B regulation if you so choose, but, so here are your the powers.
Yay.
Yeah. I mean, this is what you do,
Yep.
Yeah.
but again, feel free to go through it.
Right.
Withheld building permits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of reverse.
Yeah.
hardships,
yeah.
dealing with
Just the-
hardships.
Yep.
You can charge fees,
Mhm.
and you can collect consultant fees. Like if it would, you remember a few years ago when we had the 40B,
Yep.
we took peer
Yeah,
review
peer review fees.
But
Yep.
this is now just putting it out there that you can do that.
What are we doing?
And you could also do surety. So like with a 40B, if they were building a road,
Yeah.
we could get you could ask for guarantees, like give us,
We did that with.
We did that anyways.
Yeah, we did it with one of the 40Bs.
Yeah. Oh, what was that?
It was to finish the road.
And then we had to give some back, right?
Was it Island
Wasn't it
Brook
surety?
again?
We had to give some back. It was they
yeah,
overpaid.
if they yeah,
Or
once
did
they
something?
complete it.
Yeah.
So if they gave
Right.
you if they gave the town cash, let's say a road was gonna cost $1 million, they give us $1 million in cash, we hold it,
Mm-hmm.
when they complete the project, we release the money back to
Yeah,
them.
that's what it was.
So it's a guarantee.
Yeah, it's a guarantee.
You can also hold up a lot.
Mhm.
You know, you might say you can't develop this lot until
Right.
Right.
blah, blah, blah. So,
And we did do that a few years
Yeah.
ago.
and that
Okay.
looks like the end of that.
Yep.
And then this, I believe this is the last one. Yeah. Okay, so Mark added this. Request for reasonable accommodation.
Yeah,
And so under Fair Housing, the Fair Housing Act, people with disabilities have a legal right for access to housing and to a building. As I read this, I think this is that point for a local resident if they were trying to find housing and they were up and they could comply under or meet the requirement under Fair Housing Act. If they had an issue, they could come to the board to
Yeah.
try to get a determination about visitability requirements and ADA and that. And it could even be it talks about non-residential buildings.
I think I remember Bobrowski saying that we really should have this provision in the bylaw.
And
Yeah.
we didn't have anything at the time.
Right.
Right.
Because this is just recognizing the newer federal regulations,
Right.
and
Yeah,
this gives a procedure to enforce. We've never faced anything like this, but
yeah.
I remember
and-
him saying that the town really should have this included somewhere. Now, I don't know if it comes to the ZBA, if that has to,
Well, it does
I
now.
didn't hear, right.
Yeah, and I think it's a special permit. Oh, no, I think it's a determination. But there's information they'd have to provide describing the event, and then you all would have a hearing and determine if a hardship was met.
Like, how would this come to us though? I'm trying to.
Well, I would
It
think
almost
it would
seems
go
like
through
this-
the building commissioner, because,
Yeah, but like what?
Yeah,
Like if you're building a house, you would do a reasonable accommodations anyways, unless you're
like for a wheelchair ramp.
like a
that's
wheelchair ramp. But wouldn't that
encroaching-
just come by a
encroaching.
variance to us anyways?
Yeah.
I think we've actually had that.
really? Okay.
I thought we had something on
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 Main
Main
Street,
Street
yeah.
that we allowed it to go out because
It was
of
a-
the wheelchair,
It was a porch, and there was gonna be a ramp at the end of it or something.
and it went past in something. I do remember that. So I guess that's the
I think
only
we
way it
just
would come
granted a
through.
variance, but this says what, that we have to?
That we have to.
Or they can
No, no.
petition us under the FHA,
They petition you, but you don't have to.
so I don't see anything wrong with this. This-
I don't say anything wrong. I'm just trying to, in my mind, think of
Yeah.
how this would come before us. Like in terms of what, not how like
Right.
building commissioner, right? But like what
What would trigger it?
what would trigger what mechanism in town? Like
Yeah.
someone building a house, why would that come to us?
Maybe they ask
Like
for
they-
a variance and we balk, we say it's too close to the side yard, and they say, yeah, but under this provision.
Yeah,
I'm
but that's
asking-"
not saying we have to anyways.
No, but
Right.
it's another basis that they can.
Yeah, possibly.
Then maybe they can
Yeah,
say the town violated the FHA, it gives them more rights to go to court or something.
right, but it does spell out the process.
Yeah.
It has to be in writing and shall provide the following information, including a description of the requested accommodation and specific regulation.
Yeah.
for which the accommodation is sought.
I almost feel like this would be a commercial use.
Well, they do talk about
Doesn't have to.
non-residential, but this is residential as well. You have older structures that might
Yeah.
not be ADA compliant.
Correct.
Yeah,
I mean,
Oh, I know
let's
exactly.
restate, you do.
We
all
do.
A lot, yeah.
Not a lot. So this is just to provide
Okay.
legal right for people with disabilities,
They can
particularly
bring it up
mobility
under
issues.
this and say,
Yeah.
I either want a variance or I want a permit under this because of this provision. And it just puts more onus on us to figure it out.
We'll look at it anyways.
Yeah, look at it with this in mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this would, hey, Jimmy, bringing up a good point, like some towns have, a department
Yeah.
that's community development. Those are the housing people. You know, if you're in that town, you might first reach out to the housing person or department and ask them. Here, we don't have that, I mean, we have the housing authority, but the housing authority is essentially managing the two main properties that they
Yeah.
have. Getting word out about this would probably be the harder thing for
Correct.
people to know. But my guess is a lot of this would probably come right through the building commissioner.
Yeah, I see the mechanism how it would come. I'm just thinking in my mind how you would, why someone wouldn't be able to have a reasonable accommodation. Like why?
Here, 10.8.5 on page 145, at least that's on my printout. ZBA decided request for reasonable accommodation by majority vote, so it doesn't have to be 3, doesn't have to be 3, it can be 2 to 1.
2 to 1.
So it's giving a less difficult mechanism for the
Yeah, look,
applicant.
I'm all for it. I just was in my
Yeah.
mind. I'm just wondering why that would come if someone's doing
I know.
It's almost like you're saying like, if the town said but the town.
Maybe we don't
Yeah.
wanna say, grant a variance request down to 3 feet from the side yard for that ramp.
Yeah, we just say
We say, but under this.
under this you can go ahead and do it, no
and then
matter
it's
what it
Majority
is.
vote, so if I wanna be a dope and not vote for it,
Okay.
Yeah.
you
Okay.
can, you can still pass it under this without granting the variance.
Gotcha. Maybe
Cause
that's
we don't
yeah.
want we don't want people thinking they can get variances down to 3 feet, I don't know.
So
Okay.
one thing I should
But-
point out too is Mark Bobrowski, even though the contract is done, there's no money to pay him. He did offer to help us pro bono on certain things for this. I mean, he's an honorable
I don't
person.
think this is something we
Yeah.
should ask
I'm
him.
just saying if there was a question.
Yeah, this
if
I
you
don't
guys
think
have
we
any
should-
questions, if
Yeah,
I
that-
can't answer it, we'll forward it.
Yeah, that favor. I think we would save that for a more. I don't know what I'm looking for, but something else.
Yeah, but I think it's a positive thing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
giving a
I agree with it.
person with
Yep.
with a clear avenue to how to address a problem.
Sure.
A different way to
Yep.
get before somebody who can make a decision.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I the only thing, well, first thing that jumps to my mind of how would this come up is, I guess if you were renting, you had an accident, and you got into, in a wheelchair and it was a long-term rehab, you would,
You'd have to.
talk with your landlord about accommodations, whether it's move me to a different apartment that has it, or you're gonna go in and widen the doorway.
Yeah, I like
this
that.
is-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I was not against it in the beginning. I was just
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah,
in my mind
how?
trying to figure out why that would even come up.
I bet you it never does, actually, but.
Yeah,
I'm
so,
not-
you
I'm
know
not
what,
opposed to
we
that.
just cursed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
God,
Thanks.
how many times I've gone, I'll never have to deal with that.
Oh, we got Nick now to help figure it out.
Exactly.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
I remember going, solar facilities, large scale solar,
Oh,
won't have to worry
that's
about
right.
it.
We're still fighting that one.
I
And,
don't know,
and, cell towers too.
cell towers.
Cell towers, they're not gonna come to Norman, it's like, we had like 6 of them.
We need that one that we denied last time.
Well,
So,
Yes.
the one with Harry Souza did come before the planning board and got
The one
approved.
down south on South Worcester.
Yeah,
You got approved. Thank God.
they,
Well, where we denied it because the structure was too close.
Was this the
This
cell
was-
tower?
Yeah.
that was a while ago. God,
No, it was a year
that was
ago,
the other
maybe.
one.
A year.
were you here?
When
It was a
did
year
we
ago.
Was it a year ago?
Year and a
He
half.
did another tower down that way.
It was the same place, but it was in the planning board,
Yeah, okay.
and they had to change into a
Oh,
tower.
yeah, unit
Oh,
tower.
it was a monopole.
Monotone, yeah.
Oh,
Monopole.
That way, you wouldn't have to go before the zoning board.
Yeah, because he walked away from it.
They
He
also
withdrew.
Did a tower over near Bernie and Phil's. There's a big tower. In fact, it was Channel 5.
Channel 10, Channel NBC 10 Boston.
Oh, yeah?
Was it Channel 10?
Yeah.
Channel 10 NBC Boston.
Okay.
That
Well, they
was-
had like five
Damn.
frequencies
Dying.
or whatever.
That was before my time, though.
Okay. But anyway, guys, this is the end of your main sections. And again, feel free, if you all want to even email Brian or me comments,
Yeah.
Okay.
your questions,
Yeah, I'll
comments,
take a look.
revisions.
There's a couple of things we wanted to just
Yeah.
think
And
about.
I will let the planning board know you're looking at those too.
Adult Motion Picture Theater.
What is that?
I'm sorry, I just went down, I'm looking, I just happened, adult bookstore, adult cabaret.
No.
I could see where that could come up down on, over on 123 by Attleboro. With the old, what's that club there?
Oh, yeah.
Oasis?
Oasis.
It looks like a,
I don't think that's zoned right. I don't think that's zoned industrial there. But
it looks
anyway.
like
It
an
has to
old
be.
stage, doesn't it?
It has to be, you have the granite place right next to it.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah,
commercial.
You'd be surprised.
That's all commercial over there.
It's all commercial, but we only allow adult-oriented uses in industrial zone.
Oh, and industrial, that's commercial,
Yeah.
yeah, alright.
So it's possible it's zoned industrial, but I don't think it is. I think it's zoned commercial.
Yeah, this
So-
is what we have for.
Yeah. So right,
Okay.
it's
Yeah, it's commercial.
it's commercial, so it wouldn't go there.
Alright.
But if it were on the south side of the street, a portion of it, it could.
Yes,
But
alright.
we're not. Again, he was just trying to avoid a federal a
Yeah,
lawsuit
right.
if someone came along and we're like, you can't do it. Well, where can we?
First
What area.
Amendment, right,
It's
exactly.
like, so anyway. But I'll make sure the board's aware of your changes and other things you're looking at. And I don't think.
Yeah, I
we're
mean,
gonna
yours
get in
was
the way.
that
Well, look at the two
non-conforming, and
sections.
then
Yeah,
I just thought 100% was
make
a
it work
lot.
for you.
And I'm
Make it
not-
work for
I
you.
agree with you that 50 would be a better
Yeah,
looking number. I'm not sure why yet, but
yeah,
I
I'll think about
I
it again.
flagged it
But
as 50, but told
Yeah.
them, I put a footnote in, or a
I just seem
comment
100
that,
seems a
yeah,
lot.
yeah,
yeah. So you saw I was editing on the fly, so.
Yep.
understood. Okay, thanks, Paul.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
This helps. This makes it a lot better, cause now we can say, again, for us to be able to say ZBA reviewed it,
Yeah.
made changes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know. So I'm gonna close this.
Okay. Is there anything else for business tonight?
We would probably have to continue if Lucas isn't here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, so he has not joined us remotely. Then, is there a motion to continue 34
Are they on?
Woodland?
Are they waiting on us?
There's nobody here,
Oh,
nobody in attendance.
yeah.
They just,
They're looking.
Lucas,
right.
read your emails.
What's that?
Lucas, read your emails.
Oh,
He
Anyway.
might be slacking off now that Nick's
Yeah.
here.
right. Yeah, we're gonna have to continue it.
We're gonna have to ask Lucas to come to the August, either remotely or in person to.
And if
do
he's
it.
gonna take it off, he has to consult with me. This is not acceptable.
All right. Jim's the enforcer.
That's it. That's what I've decided. It's the way it's gonna
good.
be.
It's good for me. So is there a motion to continue 34 Woodland for the purpose of considering the request to withdraw the application without prejudice?
I'll make that motion. I think it's only me and you that
It's
can
only
vote on
me.
it.
Mr. Tenori, how do you vote? Yes?
Yes.
Mr. Noel votes yes as well, just to continue. That to the August
20th.
20th meeting.
20?
That's our next meeting, unless
Okay.
we wanted to schedule sooner for the
No, no, no,
executive.
no, no, not for
No,
now.
not yet. Not unless we have to.
No, I was just, thinking it was the 16th, but I'm thinking of one of the other months. Okay,
Today's the 16th, so
yep, yep, you got it. Oh, yeah, 8:20, okay. And in the meantime, if we have to, schedule an interim meeting for the, appeal that Amy's gonna communicate with us, just be available by,
Yeah, let me know. I may have to do it through Zoom, but
I didn't
I
get
understand.
that
Depending on where I'm
response
at.
from Amy, but she might have responded to the state, which left me off the email
Which
chain.
one?
Well, Tom said Amy replied back that she
That was,
couldn't.
must have been personal, cause I didn't get that either.
I don't know, it might have been, cause I just said thanks for including me on your.
Yeah,
She
I
sent
didn't-
her motion, she sent two things to
Yeah,
me.
you must have hit reply, Tom, I didn't see it either.
Okay, no, but you got those two things, you got the motion, right?
Right, but we didn't get your, conversation with Amy.
So I must have just said, reply just to her, and I said thanks, and that's when she said the comments that I relayed.
Yeah,
Well, I didn't even get the reply. You said she emailed, it sounds like she emailed the Housing Appeals Committee?
I
And
think
said she can't,
I
cause
saw-
we didn't get that. Anyway, we'll follow up.
I'll pass it along if I'll look tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Or tonight when I get home.
Just wanna
pass
make
it
sure
along.
we have it on
Yeah.
the record.
Cause it was, yeah, it was her, I remember her saying, attached is including a motion to continue, but I'll look for it, maybe,
we did get that,
well, maybe
I can
Paul-
go get
but-
that.
Well, I got the email. Well, I didn't get that from Amy. Anyway, it's okay. We don't need to dwell on that.
All right. So if there's no further business, with the members getting tired beyond belief, thank you, Nick, for joining up. It will get interesting when you get into it and in the flow a little bit. The bylaws are online, right?
yeah,
Yes.
you can get it online. Yep.
Digital.
Used
I
to be
have
that you couldn't-
Someone gave us, I think I requested a hard copy one time, which
I
is
have-
what I bring with me, and
Me
I
too.
didn't bring today, but.
Yeah, so I mean, I could make a physical copy for it, but it used to be that online you could look at them, but you couldn't download them or something, cause they wanted to charge money for them. That was a few years ago,
Yeah, I don't know.
but now you can go online and
Yeah.
they're all there. But only a few, we really typically only deal with a few sections of the bylaws, the common things, the variances and the findings for non-conforming pre-existing non-conforming lots. So it's always interesting, but it's not always complicated. Except that people appear before us and give us their stories and, you know, tell us why they are applying. Okay,
Yep.
nothing further, Mr. Bryan? Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All in favor at 8:29?
Aye.
Aye.
Nick is taking his first vote. Mr. Ferguson voted yes.
Oh, that's the vote we always love to hear.
Yep.
If you say no.